Hey folks, welcome to this tutorial. I'm going to show you how to do the Flying Battery 2 boss skip. Now, the Flying Battery 2 boss skip is arguably, in my opinion, one of the harder tricks to learn, but is a lot of fun. Now, there's a lot to this tutorial. I'm going to try and break it down as much as I can. However, as always, if you have any questions about it, please feel free to leave any questions in the comments below, and I will try and get back to it. So first things first, I'm going to show you basically what it should look like if everything is done correctly. So as you saw there, what happened was we managed to manipulate our buddy Tails over to the boss arena and hit the capsule without us even seeing the boss. The boss arena in this particular level is an infinitely scrolling, vertically based boss arena that is positioned for some reason towards the bottom right of the map rather than the top right of the map where you would expect it to be. This allows us to take full advantage of it and skip the stage. But let's break this down into the different segments. The first thing that you need to worry about is you need to have a lightning shield. Now, as you can see, I'm using debug mode right now, but there is a place where you can actually get a lightning shield, and I'll pass it over to Future Arg to show you where that is. Future Arg here, the lightning shield in this stage is right above the very first checkpoint in the game. The first part that you'll come out of here is this little area here. What you want to do is you'll want to jump up and into the area and grab the lightning shield. However, maybe you bonk off the side of these or you're falling down the bottom, just charge a drop dash and you'll end up just getting yourself back up and into the right hand side here. Now this is the main lightning shield of the stage. There are no other lightning shields that you can pick up, so you want to do your best to take care of it and carry it all the way to the area where you need it. As you can see, I'm supersonic and I do this stage normally as supersonic, but you cannot double jump while you're supersonic. So what I like to do is I like to now navigate myself all the way through the stage and then hit the last checkpoint before the boss area and the skip to despawn from supersonic. As you can see, we just run ourselves through the stage here as quickly as we can, as we do in a speed run. But we come towards using the lightning shield's effects here, and then you get to the area where the checkpoint is. You can do this entire segment of the stage without being super, and it's faster. However, you may run the risk of losing the shield. And if you lose the shield, the only way to get it back is to jump into one of these stages and hope that you get lucky up in the pinball section here, and it gives you the ability to grab a lightning shield. As you can see, it's a bit finicky to actually get up in there, but eventually you'll end up on the top there and completely whiff it. Good job, Arg. But yeah, this is how you despawn, and then you can carry the lightning shield towards the area to where the boss skip is. At this point, you are literally babysitting both yourself and Tails to try and get Tails over here while keeping you with the lightning shield. But now we're back at the area with the tutorial, so I'm going to hand you back to Tutorial Arg. Thank you, Future Arg. Alright, so once you have a lightning shield, the next thing you need to worry about is destroying this little enemy. Now, sometimes you don't have to destroy the enemy and everything will go fine. But most of the time, if you don't take out that enemy, as you attempt to do the skip, Tails will get hit by him, and then Tails will respawn beside you where the boss arena is, and unfortunately, you won't be able to hit the capsule. That is the worst outcome, as it means the only way out is to restart the stage and do the full stage again. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to hit this spring, and you're going to run across the ceiling. Now, the way this works is you're going to hit the spring, and you're going to be holding left as you run across the ceiling here. This comes the tricky part. When you get towards this area here, as you can see with the bronze-orange mark, you're going to want to time a jump. However, when you are timing the jump at the same time, you're going to want to release the left on the analog stick or the D-pad and then switch over to right. The reason for this is because you're going to be transferring the momentum that you have from the ceiling from your jump and use that to carry you a great horizontal distance, allowing you to double jump and despawn the kill plate. However, there are things that can go wrong. You can jump too early and you can jump too late. If you jump too early, it's going to look like this. As you can see, you get the jump from the slope, but it forces you all the way down the bottom, immediately resulting in your death. If you jump too late, it's going to look a little like this. You go up into the little alcove here, you lose all the speed, and you're unable to get across to do the skip. So, just like Goldilocks and the Three Bears, your jump needs to be just right. And if it is, it should look something like this. Now, of course, we still died, but that's because we didn't do the second part of the trick here. And that's the lightning shield double jump. The lightning shield double jump is imperative because that is what allows us to gain even more horizontal distance and will allow us to despawn the kill plate. However, something super important about the timing of the double jump is that you need to do it almost as low as possible, but you need to be not too late, otherwise you hit the kill plate. Too early, and you run the risk of Tails being up in the top area with you. What I like to do is specifically use the background here with the clouds, specifically these little lower clouds that you can see on the background. I line my double jump up probably around this lower third section here, and that allows me to then get over maybe 90% of the time. It should look something like this. So as you can see here, we have ended up landing on the top area with the boss fight. Now unfortunately, as I didn't kill the little enemy, when Tails followed me, he got caught by the enemy and is now respawned above me. This is the worst case scenario, because the only way out of here is to pause the game and restart the stage from the very beginning. Or in our case, probably restart the entire run. So we've spoke about the lightning shield, we've spoke about the enemy, and we've spoke about maneuvering Sonic to get Sonic in the right place. But what about our buddy Tails? Well, that's where our directions with the D-pad come in here. What we want to do is we want to line up our buddy Tails here to be right with us at the same time. His movements are determined by our movements, but on a slight delay. So first things first, take out that enemy, thank you Tails, and then get yourself lined up and ready to go. If all things go to plan, you'll do the run up the ceiling holding left, you will time your jump as a neutral jump, and then immediately begin holding right. Once you do your double jump and you're still holding right, hopefully, Tails should fall down towards the boss arena. Let's see if we can get that to happen. So once you've fallen down here like this, you'll now hear that Tails is doing a lot of jumping. That's because Tails is actually on the underside where the end of the level actually is. At this point, what you want to do is you want to just manipulate Tails over to where the capsule is by maneuvering over here, and as you can see, he's jumping around and eventually hits the capsule for you. To start with, you can definitely look down to get a grasp of where everything actually is. However, eventually, you start to realize where you can stand and have Tails actually do all the jumps himself. Please note that Tails himself is not actually jumping with you. Tails is jumping to try and get to your location. So you don't need to do any jump inputs at all for this. Tails is going to handle it himself. You just need to worry about getting him into the right position. So that pretty much covers the Flying Battery 2 boss skip. It's a very convoluted and a very tricky trick to actually pull off, but once you've got it, it does allow you to save around 20 to 30 seconds not having to do the boss fight. It's a lot of fun, but can be a little bit frustrating at times. As I said at the start of the video, if there's any questions that you have about this skip or any of the other skips that we do in the run, please feel free to ask in the comment section below and I'll try my best to answer. Once again, take the time to look over this video, look at the movements with the input viewer that you can have on the screen, and you too will be able to do the Flying Battery 2 boss skip.